please stand for the arrival of the official party and the playing of the national anthem. Room, attention. Pose. At ease. Everyone, please be seated. I want to welcome everyone and personally thank you for supporting these airmen as they enter the next challenging phase in their careers. Again, parents, please feel free to come up and take pictures as you wish. Everybody's fine. At this time, students with guests attending, if you could please introduce them.
I would like to introduce my dad, mom, brother, brother's girlfriend, little sister.
So from the staff of the Pittman City Equipped Schoolhouse, we want to be the first to commend these airmen on achieving their goal and arriving at this momentous occasion. The Pittman Equipment Apprentice course is 54 academic days and is divided into 3 courses. The initial entry course is 40 days where the students train on dump trucks, front-end loaders, compact track loaders, backhoes, excavators, asphalt and concrete pavement, as well as wartime contingency operations. The second course is an inter-service course with 5 days of training in radar operations. And finally, the last course is our Air Force Uniques, which is 9 days. Where there, the students will train on multi-purpose sweeper operations, water truck, fencing, as well as material handling. Each student receives 18 community college and Air Force credits upon graduation, where they will be put applied towards an Associate of Applied Science and Construction Technology. And today, these airmen graduate and earn the right to wear their civil engineer occupational badge. At this time, I'd like to have Basic Lursting, our class leader, come up and recite the badge's heraldic significance.
Gear, wheel, and compass has been used historically to represent engineering profession, both the military and the private sector. The gear represents the essence of engineering applying scientific principles and technology to practical ends. The gear symbolizes an element representing the built environment that meshes with weapon systems and trained personnel to enable the Air Force to perform its mission. The compass is a precise tool historically used by all engineers designing and constructing facilities and equipment. The gear and compass together symbolize all the diverse specialties within the Air Force civil engineers. Finally, the wings help to portray the fundamental linkage between engineering components and that built environment provided by the Air Force civil engineers as the foundation supporting the Air Force missions and needs.
Thank you, Airman Lursting. At this time, I'd like to welcome these students into our civil engineer family with the presentation of diplomas. Class 22025, prepare to graduate. Post. Airman First Class Patrick Berkeley, 122nd Civil Engineer Squadron, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Staff Sergeant John Corwin, 202nd Red Horse Squadron, Camp Landing, Florida. Airman Basic Tyler DePayne, 99th Civil Engineer Squadron, Nellis Air Force Base, Nevada. Airman Basic Aaron Hall, 366th Civil Engineer Squadron, Mountain Home Air Force Base, Idaho. Airman First Class Owen Holloway, 137th Special Operations Civil Engineer Squadron, Bill Rogers Air National Guard Base, Oklahoma. Airman First Class James Kamau, 446th Civil Engineer Squadron, Joint Base Lewis Ford, Washington. Airman Basic Clay Lurstang, 4th Civil Engineer Squadron, Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, North Carolina. Senior Airman Randy Miller, 201st Red Horse Squadron, Fort Indiantown Gap, Pennsylvania. Airman Basic Hunter Olson, 934 Civil Engineer Squadron, Fort Snelling, Minnesota. Airman First Class Alan Pereira, 103rd Civil Engineer Squadron, Granby Air National Guard Base, Connecticut. Airman Basic Jacob Shelton, 4th Civil Engineer Squadron, Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, North Carolina. And finally, Airman Basic Chris Verzania, 555 Red Horse, Anderson Air Base, Guam.
Let's give him another round of applause. Post.
Next up, we would like to recognize the following individuals who have earned the next rank. When I call your name, please stand and be recognized. You have some. Airman Basic Shelton. Round of applause, everybody. Airman Basic Hall. And Airman Basic Verzania. Now I will turn the floor over to Lieutenant Colonel Carlson, our squadron commander, for words of inspiration. Sir, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you very much. And big thanks goes out to Aaron Olson's family for being here today, because what I like to tell every class that's out here, we do get some families that come to visit, is the one thing that remains constant throughout our time in the Air Force, whether it be a 4-year, 6-year enlistment, 20-year career, even a 30-plus year career, is our families and the support of our families. And once our Air Force career is over, our family is still there for us. And so thank you so much for taking the time to come up here and be here for Airman Olson's recognition and graduation from the course. Thank you very much. Now to the graduates. So you've spent several weeks here at Fort Leonard Wood, and I hope at some point that you'll welcome the opportunity to come back, because today is not the end. It is only the beginning of your continuous learning as a member of the World's Greatest Air Force. There's opportunities for upgrade training, for CCAF, for undergraduate degrees, graduate degrees. The Air Force is going to expect that you take every opportunity to learn as you go along. And that's what we expect of you when you get to your first duty station. Take what you learned, that foundational knowledge that you gained through the weeks that you were here at our course, to apply that. Listen to your NCOs, listen to your officers. They've been through this, they've done this before, and we know that there's going to be mistakes made along the way, but don't be afraid to make mistakes, because sometimes that's how we learn. We have to learn from mistakes. I know personally, I've operated equipment, I've operated snow removal equipment, I ran a big Oshkosh broom into a revetment in Korea, but I didn't do it again. You know, I learned from my mistake. So, never stop learning. Also, I have the privilege every Tuesday to brief the new airmen coming in through our school. I didn't have a chance to brief you all since I've only been here for about 5 weeks, but a lot of times I get questions, how do I get to the next rank? How do I succeed in the Air Force? What I can tell you, and what I tell them, is just bloom where you're planted. Maybe you don't get the job you wanted immediately, or maybe, I know we've got a lot of guard here that are going back home, but for those active duty, hand you the guard. If that's not necessarily the location you like, or the job that you like, just do the best you can in that job, because that's all that your NCOs, your senior NCOs, and your officers can ask for. And it's growing into that current rank you're in, doing that job, which will then see you to the next one. And you just continue to do it. Live up to those expectations in that job at the time, and then you'll get the next one. And before you know it, you may be chiefs, you may cross over to OTS and be officers. Those promotions will come as long as you do your job for the right reasons. The right reasons are for the men sitting to the left and right of you, and the women that you will join in the Air Force. So our brothers and sisters in arms, as long as we are carrying out the mission, working as a team, treating everybody with dignity and respect, but also falling back on that foundational knowledge you learned here, we as the leadership of the Air Force cannot ask any more of you, and you will be the next generation of leaders. So on your graduation today, I say welcome to the CE Brotherhood and Sisterhood. Look forward to seeing you, maybe on deployment, maybe at the next duty station, but joining a tight-knit group here in civil engineering. I look forward to seeing what you all will do for our Air Force going forward. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Carlson. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join the class in reciting the Airman's Creed as well as the Air Force song. Room, attention, huh!
I am an American airman.
I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call. I am an American airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor. I am an American airman, guardian of freedom and justice. My nation's sword and shield, its sentry and avenger. I defend my country with my life. I am an American airman, wingman, leader, warrior. I will never leave an airman behind. I will never falter, and I will not fail.
invite everyone to stay and congratulate today's graduates, beginning with Lieutenant Colonel Carlson, Master Sergeant Hart, our instructors, and